Show me, when are we getting PSL?
You didn't trust us, did you? You thought it's about England and the Premier League.
Wonderful finish from Phil Foden.
No. Let me tell you, PSL is going to be live on Showmax. Whether userenkini, usekhaya, usesikoleni, usebhedlela, kuphi na kuphi lapho nikhona, it's going to be happening for everyone, everywhere. Football.
It best fly.
So sign up and stream the PSL live on Showmax. It's only 69 Rand.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns 2, Polokwane City 0. Abantwana bayakora kule minyaka inkosi zoma 2000 Ribeiro mufuke ngikora bona. Silale ngomso sivuke ngomuha unkotha. Silale ngomso sithi siyabonga mabhena. Silale ngomso izolo sithi Shandray Campbell. Namhlanje selala futhi sithi Kutlwano Letlhaku with a brace against Polokwane City. Namhlanje, well done to young men. This is like, it's so exciting to talk about these kids right now. All of them, even the defenders as well. Gabriel Amato is a midfielder. Cape Town City as well. He's part of this same group as well. So many of them very promising. Izolo, Emil Boy, we're talking about him in He's at Chelsea as well. This seems like the moment for the country. But of course, we know that nothing much is going to happen. These kids will just do it for themselves with the help of their agents, their families, and then they will play for big teams, and then they will become superstars, not because it will be the planning from a country, from all of us collectively, the fans and the administrators. We're just meandering and walking blindly into the future without any proper planning. That's what we've always been doing, and that's what we'll always do as well. Despite any protestation from anyone, you've shown throughout history that that's what you're good at, meandering to the middle of nowhere slowly, and that's us as a country. All the best to those young kids, though. Mamelodi Sundowns winning, deservedly so. Brand new team, really, if you think about it, but there was only one winner in this game. Polokwane City, you tried, but only Mamelodi Sundowns were going to win this game. Mr. So-and-so, what do you make of the game, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Justice.
Just.
Shane. Junior. Bobo. Olindo Mukwena. Ushutu Lindo. Roland in brackets Mukwena. Guardiola welo. Ngibulise la nemakhaya ngicela support njalo iDiskiTV nje benje njalo ngichiki futhi.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nkewu, you know, it's like I said when I saw the Kingdom 2000, and I like lento ayenzayo where now when the cabinet yakhe now he's got the ministers, you know, Minister of Sport, Minister of Finance.
Yes, sir.
You know, this is good, Mr. Nkeo. This is what we want to see in South African football. Not to see a very good player in one team.
One youngster.
One youngster, Lapana is shining and we can't see anyone. But now, when we look around, we're like asashoti manje Mr. Manje asashoti. I know who die. Mongilala namhlanje ngilala ngalona ngiyasmile. Tomorrow I'll wake up and smile ngomunye.
Yes, sir.
It's a refreshing, Mr. Nkeo, that seeing these young boys, and look at this boy Letlhaku. He's
What do you see about him, though? Like, let's describe his style of play. 2 goals today, man of the match as well. Your observation, you were a young star playing for the under-20 national team, playing for Orlando Pirates, wearing jersey number 5. We were looking at you and be like, oh, who's this guy? He's an 18-year-old playing for Orlando Pirates, 17-year-old playing for Orlando Pirates. What do you see with Kutlwano?
Look, Mr. Nkeo.
Also there was Malebongo Khoza.
Yeah, Khoza, the defender. Yeah, I was telling the guys, this boy, he looks as if he's been playing for seasons. He's not, it didn't come just now. He's so comfortable with the ball. He doesn't shake, you know, he positions himself very well when he needs to defend, when he needs to play, he knows when to go, when not to go. He controls the ball, he gets to that half of Polokwane City. And yeah, Mr. Nkeo, I when I look at Letlhaku, I've got a small picture of Ribeiro in that boy with that left foot. How he's so smart in terms of trying to find a space for himself. You know, I like a player that tried to create a space for himself, run away from the opponent, and find yourself in an open space where you can take good decisions. I mean, look at the first goal. It was initially, that first goal, it was a foul on that point.
Against him.
He was there, kneeling down, and then they played quick. You know, Mr. Nkeo, some things we cannot teach players. They just come naturally. Look, the instinct of him, he stood up, he made a run forward. They played the ball, Umayema played it to Sales just healed it to him. He was there. Then I asked myself, can we get more players doing this? Get to that box. Get to that danger area. Not once or twice, but be there. He was there, nice skill, and then just choose a spot, very good goal. It's if you're not looking that he's a young boy, you will say, yeah, experience.
A seasoned player.
Yeah, no, you'll say no, experience.
You were concerned, so wrapping up now, of course, the talk about these kids.
Yeah.
Let me move on to some of your concerns.
Yeah.
You were worried about the rejigging of the squad, the rotation. What was your main concern about the rotation? Because you didn't like it.
Mr. Nkewo, this time around in football, we've got an advantage of 5 subs. And my concern is that playing the high tempo game against Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns was
a phenomenal
game.
They were on another
no one was coming closer to them. Like, they were like a son. When you go there, you're going to pen yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the team, from my point of view, I would say if you want also these players also to pick up, in terms of the load of the games and the tempo and all of that, you need to mix with them. In that lineup of Kaizer Chiefs, maybe you can say make changes, put new 4 players from this team. They add to the 6 that is there. And then second half, then you can also make changes. Take out the one that they were playing against Chiefs. Then you put the new ones. At least from there, the load will balance. But now you're still gonna have that gap of the load between the ones that they played against Chiefs and this one. You could see the tempo of the game. As much, but I like what in terms of the philosophy, the play, how the passing game, it didn't change, but you could see that the tempo, and the final decision to that final third, it shows you that these ones they're still lacking.
Why did we see Brice Aka? So I know I'm rushing you a bit.
Yeah.
Why did we see Brice Aka instead of putting Mahafe on the bench at Polokwane City?
Mr. Nkewo, you'll never know. You'll never know with these teams of ours where a coach will do well, and then the next thing maybe he's gonna have a problem maybe with the chairman of the team, maybe with the certain players that the next game I said to you must put so and so. You decided not to play so and so. You played your own player. So there's a lot of things that they do happen behind the scenes, and it's said, Mr. Nkewo, that.
Do you not think it's I've been trying to check actually whether or not it was a suspension. Do you suspect that it's probably not a suspension? Because I was checking the whole day. Like I'm trying to see, because the PSL usually sends us the media.
It's our suspension.
So it's not the suspension
of the league.
You got a yellow card or a red card. Because I was checking for it the whole time when we were watching the game. Like, it can't be a suspension because I didn't see anything from the PSL.
No. It's us that we suspend him.
Yeah.
Based on, you can't argue with me, Mr. Nkewo. So because now the Sundowns, now you argue with me. So can you go home and rest and try and find yourself?
Yeah.
Then we'll talk on Monday.
What is it about these teams? What is it about the Polokwane City that they are actually comfortable to not have a coach? Because even when Puti Mahafe is there, he's not necessarily a coach.
Yeah.
He's the coach in terms of they say that this is their coach.
Yes.
But they don't have a coach. When they had Bernard Moleko, they didn't really have a coach.
Yes.
They have a company man. This is our guy.
Yeah.
Usually a coach you would get from outside, like Abosiema, all of these coaches.
Yes.
But now they are happy to have their own guy who is like maybe a guy who used to play for them 10 years ago. Is it because it's influenceable that they want to have those kind of people? Because no Brice Aka, you can't say tonight he was the coach. He was a guy on the bench that has been selected by Polokwane City. And no disrespect to him, but they just want people from their own company, their own interns to be the coach.
Mr. Nkewo, I'm paying for everyone. So I decide who to employ. And I employ a person that will listen to me. If I say, no, today we are not coming to work, you don't ask me why. You stay home. Then I'll call you tomorrow, come to work. Mr. Nkewo, that's not a nice thing, Mr. Nkewo. And it's like, it's a bullying to our brothers, the coaches. that it's happening around in our football, that they get employed to coach the team. When he needs to do his job, then there's an interference in that. And it's so sad that tomorrow, when they show you a door, they said, no, you failed. And to us, we were watching you beaten by Sundowns 2-0. You lost. So you must go. But we don't know behind the scenes that...
Whether that was your starting 11.
I know that we do make calls, Mr. K. We make calls as, a big boss to say, hey, coach, today ngifuna ubani uKambula adlale lapha uKambala adlale central ngifuna uChauke adlale ayi1 lapha phambili ngifuna anyone ngabona anyone uyahamba.
Yeah.
So Mr. K, these things that do happen, and it's said that our coaches, they need to face this, and I hope maybe one day it will change, that coaches, they will say, look, if you are telling me now that I must play so and so, okay, can I excuse myself? It's just...
No, it's not going to happen,
because
people are living in poverty in this country, so that's not going to happen. Let me wrap it up, Mr. Tso, with you.
Yeah.
It's a 3-point gap. We have ourselves a title race.
Okay, this is nice. After a long time.
Yeah.
After a long time. Now there's a reason why I have to work. There's a reason why...
Because if Sundowns had dropped points here, it would be 6 points to Paris.
Yes, and I would say now I will start to make, send emails to say, don't you guys think it's time to just brand now the trophy Orlando Pirates, because we can see 6 points.
Orlando. Just write Orlando for now. Maybe not December you can write Pirates, but let's not jinx it for Pirates. So, do you like what you see though?
No, look, Mr. Gil, I'm telling you, I like I said, this is my Kalaguti. This season, Pirates, they must go for it.
The Sundowns now, you pendula the next day as well. They are answering.
Mr. Gil, that's why I love football. Football will teach you. That's why I always say football gives you questions and answers. And I like what happened to Coach Mangoba. And for him to come back this way, I respect him. It shows that, look, I made a mistake. I'll take the blame. I'll learn from it. I'll correct it and do the right things. And look at this team. A person who can do things and see himself that he made a mistake and then come back and correct it and be where he is.
All right.
I mean, that's wonderful. Well done, Gabriel.
There you are. Thank you very much, Mr. So-and-so. We'll come back this weekend, of course, as we build up to the Carling knockout. Mamelodi Sundowns are playing against Marumo Gallants on Sunday at 3 p.m. That's the fake Bloemfontein Celtic, Marumo Gallants. Similar colors, but not exactly. But with Bloemfontein Celtic fans, Okay, cool. We shall see you, of course, on the weekend as we build up to that game as well. It is iDiskiTV Times, Sports Betting.